Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review slash first impressions on the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics highlighters that she just came out with. I thought it would be fun to film all the products that I purchased from that highlight collection. But before we get started, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, you can hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time I upload a video. And you can also follow me on Instagram. I will leave my handle right here. Yeah, and without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about before I start putting the product on my face, I did want to discuss everything I purchased and the pricing. So I ended up purchasing 3 different bundles, and they are the Mood Light Duo, the Accent Light Duo, and the Beaming Light Duo. Those are basically the 3 different highlight formulas, and each of them come with a brush. The reason why I did it that way is because the first few minutes of the launch, they pretty much sold out of everything I wanted, and the only thing that was left in stock for me on the original launch date were the bundles. So I purchased the bundles, and I was actually able to save a little bit of money that way, because with the bundles they do lower the price just a little bit, and I will get into that in just a minute. So the first one I want to talk about is the Mood Light Duo. This is basically something you can use all over your face, and it's just supposed to give you a light glow from within. And I got the shade Brighten Up, and it comes with the brush J01. Together, this bundle retails for $49. Separately, this would be $32, and the J01 brush would be $24. So I was able to save about $7 on this, which is better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, so that's the pricing on these 2. The next bundle is the Accent Light Duo, which is the highlighter palette, and the J02 brush. I got the shade The Flash. There is the Flash and the Flare. The Flash is supposed to be for very light to medium skin tones, and the Flare is supposed to be medium to deep skin tones. And together, this bundle was $59. And if you buy them separately, the Accent Light palette is $49, and the J02 brush is $20. Buying the bundle, I was able to save $10. So if you are planning to buy any of her highlighters and you want the brushes that it comes with, I would say just get the bundle just to save a little bit of money. Don't buy them all separately. All right, so the last bundle is the Beaming Light Duo, which is the loose highlighter. This one is supposed to be the most intense highlight of them all, and it comes with the J03 brush, which is a little fan brush that I will show you guys in a minute. So the bundle together retailed for $39, and if you buy them separately, the Beaming Light is $24 and the J03 brush is $20. So buying them in a bundle, you save about $5. So again, like I said, if you want to save just a little bit of cash, I recommend buying them in a bundle if you do want the highlighter and the brush set. I do want to say though that they are a little bit pricey. I think the brushes being about $20-something each is kind of crazy, but that is just my opinion. If you can't afford to buy the brushes, honestly, you can just use whatever brushes you already have or use cheaper brushes. You do not have to buy the brushes with the highlight. Jaclyn Hill did mention in her video that you don't have to use these specific brushes for those specific highlighters. You can use them for anything else. But yeah, those are all 3 bundles that I purchased, and I think it is time now to try on all the products. But before I put them on my face, let me swatch them for you guys really quick, and then we will get into the actual review. All right, I'm gonna swatch the Luminous Powder, and I got the shade Brighten Up. This is what the Mood Light Luminous Powder looks like, and I think the packaging is super gorgeous. But let me just open it and I will do a little swatch on my hand for you guys. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a close-up of Brighten Up, and I'm going to swatch it on my hand for you. Ooh, the powder is very smooth, and I'm gonna swatch it on my hand. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's right here. It's very light, very sheer, and honestly, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more intense than what it is now, but it is beautiful, and I think it would give a nice beautiful glow from within. So yeah, I'm actually excited to try this. This is Brighten Up. In the jar, it looks a little bit darker, but once it goes on your skin, it is super light and very luminous. All right, the next highlight I'm gonna swatch is the Accent Light Highlighter Palette. This is the Flash Highlight Palette, and honestly, this packaging is gorgeous. I think it is very pretty. So this is the palette. Ooh, very pretty. Okay, this is the palette right here. Wow, the highlighters look really gorgeous in person. These are baked highlighters. They're a little bit raised on the palette. And they just look so pretty. I don't even want to touch it. But the shades in this palette is Gleam, Iced, Sparks, and Mesmerized. So let me do a quick little swatch for you guys. Okay, this is Gleam. I'm gonna put them on my fingers first and then I'll swatch them on my arm. Iced is this one right here. And these shades, as I'm swatching them on my fingers, are very buttery and smooth. This one right here is Sparks. And on my pinky, I'm gonna put Mesmerized. So let's swatch them on my hands. Okay, these are the 4 shades. The top one is Gleam, Iced, Sparks, and Mesmerized. These shades in this palette are extremely buttery and smooth. They swatch very nicely. I think I'm a huge fan of this. Also, I think the packaging is freaking gorgeous. I am honestly just in love with this palette, and I like that it has 4 shades from you to choose from, so you can use whichever one you like. You can mix them up. I think it's amazing, and yeah. So far, I'm really liking this one. We will see how it goes on the face. The last highlight I will be swatching is the Beaming Light Loose Highlighter in the shade Bomb. And let me open it up for you. It is super tiny and cute, but watching reviews, everybody has said that a little bit goes a long way. So I'm sure that this will probably last you a long time. And let's do a little swatch for you guys. Ooh, it is very smooth. You guys, this is beaming. This is what that looks like. Let me give you guys a close-up. It is very intense, very bright, and it is very smooth and buttery, just like all the other ones are. I'm actually very excited to try this. Okay, so the first one I want to start out with is the Luminous Powder, and the brush for that is the J01. All right, so this is the brush. First impression of the brush is super soft, which I really like, and I think we're gonna test it out now. I have a lot of product in here, and I do have a little bit in the cap, so I'm probably gonna start off with a little bit first from the cap. Just swirl it around in there. I'm just gonna use a little bit for now, and then if I need to add more, I will add more. So I want to put it all over like my cheek right here. Ooh, okay. Very sheer, very light. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but it is very luminous and very soft too. Not only is the brush soft, but the product goes on very smoothly and softly, which I really like. And honestly, now that I'm wearing it, you do really get a little glow from within. And honestly, I only had a little bit in the cap. So if you want just a really light, luminous glow, just use a little bit, okay? Because it does go a long way. I am gonna try all 3 products, so I'm not trying to go really hard in the highlight, you know what I'm saying? Because I know by the end of it, I'm gonna probably be beaming. But I will say, if you are planning to only use this luminous highlight and not anything else, you just want a small little glow from within, this is perfect. You could put a little bit more on if you want to, but I'm not going to because I am going to try all the other highlights. But so far, I really do love it. I am gonna try and put it Alright, my first impression for this is I think it's great. It is very perfect for a light, luminous glow. I think it's gorgeous, but you really don't have to buy this brush if you can't afford it or if you don't want to. You can use any other little fluffy brush if you have any. But yeah, this highlight is very gorgeous. I really do like it. And we're gonna try the palette next. Okay, so I have my palette here. The brush I'm going to be using with it that it comes with is the J02. This brush is a little bit smaller. I'll show you a little This is the J01 that I used for the luminous powder, and this is the J02 that I'm going to be using for the highlight palette. Okay, so for the palette, I do know I want to try iced. So let's try iced first, and if I want to add a little bit extra, I will use one of the other colors. I'm just gonna go in lightly. Oh, it's got a little bit of fallout, so be careful. Tap off the excess. And I'm just putting a little bit on the brush. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Ooh. That is very pigmented. Wow. I put just a little bit on my brush. A little bit really does go a long way, and I will say that with all of the products so far. I do want to try another shade. All right, let's try Gleam, because Gleam is a little extra, and I like being extra sometimes. Okay, so I just lightly tapped it in the pan, and I'm tapping off any excess. So I barely have anything, and I'm going to go really lightly on my face because I know this is going to be intense. So just go very lightly. Ooh, yeah, okay. This is super gorgeous. You could see how intense it already is, and I went very lightly with both shades. Whereas all my other highlighters that I use, I have to keep packing it on because they're not as intense as these ones are. So far for the review of this Flash palette, I absolutely love it, and I will definitely be using this on the daily basis. This is my favorite so far out of all three highlights. I obviously haven't tried the last one on my face yet, so we will see how I feel at the very end, but we will try that one now. But yeah, the palette is just gorgeous. Like those two shades that I just put on my face, I put them on very lightly and they still show up very intense, which I really like. All right, moving on. Last product is the Beaming Light Loose Highlighter, and I got the shade Bomb. This is a cute little fan brush. It's the J03, and it is very soft. This is for the beaming highlight. We will see how intense it is. I haven't put any highlight on my nose because I was planning on using this on the tip of my nose and maybe my Cupid's bow. Yeah, we're gonna try it on these two spots first, and then I might try a tiny little bit on my cheek. So I'm gonna just use a little bit from the cap, just a little dab, and then tap off the excess. Anyways, I'm gonna put the beaming highlight on my nose. I'm gonna go very lightly, and that is very intense. Super intense, but it is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Can you see that? Ooh, I love it. I just did one little swipe. You guys saw that. That was very intense. A little bit does go a long way. I'm gonna do the bridge of my nose. You want to go really lightly with the brush. Like, I'm gonna just show you. So I'm gonna just put it right here, and honestly, barely touching, okay? See how intense it is already, just like lightly brushing it on. And then I'm gonna try the Cupid's bow. I'm gonna go very lightly. I already tapped off the excess, and I'm gonna go and I put it on very lightly as well, and it is very intense. I keep saying the word intense, but you guys kind of get the point, right? I guess I'll just try a little bit on my cheek since I am doing kind of a review on this. So I still have some product on my cap. I'm going to just do a little bit. I'm just gonna put it right here. This is pretty much, if you do want to use this on your face, I would go very lightly right here. And then you would just buff it out. I think I'm gonna buff it out with the J02 brush because it was a little bit too intense right there. All right, that is pretty much it. I've put all the product on my face. Now for my final review, I will say I do love all three products because all three products could give you a different effect. The luminous powder gives you a glow from within. If you're not trying to be super intense with your highlight, but you still want to have that natural, beautiful glow, this is a great product. I really do love it. Although it is pricey, I think if you can afford it, it is a great product to purchase. This is good for every day if you love highlight like I do. And you get 4 different options of shades as well, so I really like this. So yeah, this one is very pretty and the packaging is gorgeous. And then if you want a beaming, brightening, very extra highlight, this is for you. This is very intense, so not everybody is going to want this, but this is a good product. But yeah, that's my review on the 3 products. They all have different purposes, and I think that out of all 3 highlights, my favorite one is the palette, just because it's so much more universal. I love highlight and I wear highlight on a daily basis. So this is more for like an everyday look, and you can build up if you want, or you can just go very lightly. So I think that this one out of all 3 is my favorite. But yeah, that is my review for the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighters. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I'm glad I purchased these products because I love highlight and I've been wanting to try new highlighters and add new highlighters to my everyday routine. So these are definitely bomb in my opinion. They are a little bit on the pricier side, but honestly, for how well they perform, I think that they are worth it. As far as the brushes go, I think that they are too pricey for what they are. My favorite brush is the J02, and then I think the 2 other brushes, you really don't need it, to be honest. You can use any other brushes that you have. You also don't even need to purchase the J02, but this one is my favorite and I'm glad I have it because I will be using this a lot with these highlighters. But if you do want to try the brushes, I do recommend getting the bundles. But yeah, that's my final review on these. Let me know if you're going to be purchasing any of her products. If you're not, they are very pricey, so I totally understand that. I did purchase all 3 different formulas, so I can probably answer some questions. I didn't buy all the shades, obviously, because it's very expensive, so I only purchased the shades that I think would go well for my skin tone. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching my review on this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed watching my video today. And if you haven't watched any of my videos, please check them out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!